Okay, some things I want to mention before I begin the video. First and foremost, I'm a big freaking Pokemon fan. Alright? I've been playing Pokemon. I have been a fan of Pokemon since the 1990s or 2000s. I don't know when it came over here, when the anime came over here in India. So I've been a big Pokemon fan, and we used to kind of like have the Pokemon ROMs in those floppy disks that came in, okay, like the 1.4 MB floppy disks. All right, we used to have like two floppy disks, one for the emulator and the other one for the ROM. Okay, so we used to kind of like trade that in school. So yeah, so I've been a big Pokemon fan since the red, blue and yellow days, or since Gen 1. But then everything went to shit when Pokemon became 3D. The last game I bought was Sword and Shield. I never freaking bought a game that came after Sword and Shield. Let's freaking go. This is gonna be freaking fun. Okay, this may be a pre-rendered kind of like scene which looks good. Oh my god, Jesus, Nintendo. You gotta add freaking voice acting, okay? Every freaking game has a voice acting. This is freaking 2025. This is not the 2003s or 2000s. This is freaking 2025. And you do not have voice acting. Okay, this is a cool scene. Textures in 2025, blurry as fuck. They are like 2003 or 2005 PS2 or PS3 game. Guys, remember, this is freaking 2025. Okay, the scenery is good. I like the scenery. Okay, I think, in my opinion, this is the only time that we see the screen of this Rotom phone. Alright, in the whole freaking game. Alright, train is good. The train station is, I don't know, it's okay. This looks like weirdly freaking empty. Yeah, there are like barely any props over here, so there needs to be grass growing over here, or at least some sort of like litter or something, like a piece of paper flying, okay, or something like that. I don't know, man, something like that. There needs to be more people, given that this is a 2025 game by a freaking multi-million-dollar company. Look at this fletching. He's like flapping his wings in like 10 frames per second. Look at this. Hold on. Yeah, look at that. Flapping his wings in like 10 frames per second as our character is like moving forward. Why is this place so empty? And why is that place so crowded? The rocks look ugly as freaking fuck. Jesus freaking Christ. And there is a lot of textures everywhere. So it's like overloading the freaking mind with textures. Why? Huh? Yeah, look at the rocks. Too much texture. And the lighting is freaking weird as fuck. This is not how rocks are supposed to be. Okay, this black kind of like shadows. You don't do black shadows when the light is like freaking warm, or when it's like daytime. Daytime light is like warm, so the shadows are gonna turn into kind of like bluish. This is bad rendering, man. Bad rendering. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Yeah, look at that fletching. Hold on. Look at the fletching. He's literally glitching out in like 10 frames per second. Yeah, okay. This area as well, okay? So whenever you are kind of like going out of the train station, there needs to be a lot of people. In this day and age, there needs to be like 3 or 4 people at least, like standing over here, I don't know, interacting with their Pokemon or together with themselves. So this is freaking empty. How do you get away with this, Game Freak? Huh? Oh my freaking god. The buildings are freaking flat as fuck. There is no lighting sense. Why is there not a shadow over here? The sunlight is like coming from over here. Why is there no shadow over here? Why is the building looking like the same color as it's over here? Holy shit, this looks so freaking empty. Guys, this is a 2025 game by Nintendo, by Game Freak and Pokemon. Remember that. Alright, I need a minute. Hold on. I need a minute. Why are the streets so empty, and why are the shop windows kind of like closed? It's like every kind of like window is like it's just the same freaking window. Over here there is no freaking geometry on the buildings. What is this? Is this 2005 or 2015 or 2010? Why is there no freaking geometry on the windows? It's just a rectangular freaking cube or box that has been painted on. Look at this. Look at this. Bushes and creepers and plants and shit. There is freaking too much texture. You do not paint every freaking vein on the leaves. Even over here, too much freaking texture. Jesus freaking Christ, Nintendo. These buildings are flat as fuck. How do you get away with this? Like look at the railings. Look at the railings over here. They are just painted on. Look at all these shops. These shops are just painted on. Holy shit, Nintendo. Game Freak. How do you get away with this? How do you create this in like 2025? Yeah, look at the textures over here on the grass. It's too much. It's too much visual noise. Do you understand that? Too much visual noise. This is the same visual noise as this. Even over here there is like too much visual noise. There shouldn't be so much texture over here as it's like going away from the camera. Even on the building, so much texture, plus there is like no freaking light. There should be a darker kind of like shadow over here. Look at the textures, they are so freaking blurry. Also the voice acting, Jesus Christ, man. You add Pokemon sounds, okay, you add Pokemon cries, you have Pokemon cries, but then you do not have voices for the characters. That do you know how does that sound? As if you can't hear anything. As if you're deaf. Every freaking game, every freaking 3D game since like 2015 has voice acting. Even before that. Yeah, more trees. I love trees. Yeah, exactly. Trees, Pokemon trees are the best. They make the best freaking trees. Look at the trees. At least they did a good job of trees in this game as compared to the previous ones. Holy shit, man. The voice acting is killing me. Yeah, we look nice standing side by side. Okay, so this is the only kind of like thing modeled like correctly. I feel that like completely. Everything else is freaking incomplete and empty. Yeah, look at this. We do not see the screen over here, alright? Remember this part. We don't see the screen. The only screen we saw was at the beginning when we were in the train. Rotom phones do not show the screen on the Rotom phones. Like ever in the game. Ever. I have been watching this playthrough for like 11 hours. Okay, this playthrough. I'm not buying this game, alright? I have been watching this playthrough for like 11 freaking hours. And I have never saw a freaking Rotom screen from like anyone. Game Freak and Nintendo is like so freaking lazy that they do not want to even, I don't know, put some UI or put some elements onto a freaking mobile screen. Because why would they? They can just freaking sell this game out like candies. Oh, so this is supposed to be a story element. That is why it is rendered properly. I see. So yeah, the only story elements are like rendered properly. I understand. Alright, look at this guy. He's like okay, I like this animation. That is something that I will give them. The animations are good in this game. Not like too much like an industry standard, but still good. Better than Sword and Shield and shit. Oh, what district? Oh, we are going into an alley. Oh, there will be a lot of I don't know, people and stuff in the alleyways. Let's see. Of course, this is France. Oh, there are boxes, yes. The windows are freaking flat. The grills are like freaking flat. Oh shit, look at this. This is like painted in on the cubes that they put into the game. Look at this sticker over here. It's freaking blurry. Look at these textures over here. Blurry as fuck when they are like closer to the camera. They do not have a resolution change. Games in 2015 were more sharper than this shit. Witcher 3. I think Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild as well. That came in 2017. Now, I will give them one thing. They do character designs and the Pokemon designs like right. Okay? They are awesome. I absolutely love the character designs and the Pokemon designs. The animation might be kind of like wonky. The animations are nothing over the top. But the character designs are absolutely gorgeous. The colors are gorgeous. The character designs, the models are gorgeous. Alright. The expressions are gorgeous. Like most of the NPCs have like flat expressions. I can understand that. But yeah, sometimes when they I don't know, have expressions on their face, they look awesome. I will give credit to where credit is due, man. So yeah, character design is awesome. Also, Tawny, the rival, this female rival and male rival, both are like awesome. Have like awesome personalities and their expressions are like freaking awesome. Our character is kind of like empty. I don't know. They I think should have like a lot of like personality on them, but the design is like good. I have no problems with the characters and the models and stuff. Okay, so this is a very different battling style. This battling style is more akin towards the anime, like how Pokemon battles are supposed to be, kind of. Okay, this is not a turn-based battle style, so I like it. So yeah, you can move your Pokemon over here and like kind of like evade attacks like the actual kind of like anime. You can move yourself as well. Yeah, this battling style is like very different, so I like it. Okay, nighttime falls in and look at this. This looks so freaking flat, like it's all freaking gray color. And let me remind you guys, this is freaking France. This is modeled after, this series is like modeled after Paris. Paris is so freaking colorful. Look at this. There is so freaking much darkness over here. This is not all freaking gray. And now look at this. Just freaking look at it. This is so freaking flat. There is no sense of lighting. There is no freaking moonlight. Even if it's a new freaking moon, this needs to be very dark. And there needs to be some sort of like lighting from the streets, from the windows and stuff. There needs to be shadows. This is an alleyway over here. This is Jesus freaking Christ, man. This is as if Game Freak forgot to put in the lights. Oh my god. And do you know why this building over here, this building is like lit up, and this is the center focus, and it has like so much detail on it? Because that is our base. That is our base in the whole freaking game. Every building is freaking flat. Look at this. Every other building, the rooftops are freaking flat. They are just cardboard boxes, just planes. Yeah, look at the character models. I like the character models. Alright, this is what I liked. This is what they did right. This is the only freaking good lighting at night that we see in the entire freaking game. Do you want to know why? Because the sides are lit with the reds. Okay, and the red light is like falling onto the characters. It creates a very kind of like a dynamic lighting kind of like scenario. Alright, this is the only scene in the whole freaking game at night which has good lighting. The only scene ever. Alright, the alleyways. Slow claps, Nintendo. Slow claps, Game Freak. You did it right. The alleyways, dude, they are perfect. This is the only freaking empty alleyway that I've found in France, okay? And it still doesn't look freaking empty like it does over here. This is freaking empty. How do you not see this? This has no detail, no geometry. This is flat as fuck. This is also freaking empty. Look at this, but still it's so freaking interesting. And now look at it. How do you get away with this? Huh? Oh my god. So yeah, look at this building over here. There is sunlight that is like coming from like this side, all right, from this side where my mouse pointer is, and so it needs to hit the building over here. But this shade and this shade, they are the same. Why is that? Why is there no freaking shadows over here? Huh? Why are there no shadows over here? Why is the light so freaking dim? The building is very bright, so the light should be bright. Why are there no freaking shadows over here? Is it so freaking difficult to render freaking shadows? Yeah, look at all of these alleyways. They are freaking empty. There is no geometry. This is all painted in. This is just a dome, and this is just a I don't know, a cube. All right, flat plane. And this is a freaking 2025 game by a freaking multi-million-dollar company. Okay, this is, remember guys, this is our humble abode. Okay, this is our safe house, and this is still painted in. Still, this thing does not have geometry on it. It is all painted in. Everything. The door is painted in. These windows are painted in. Everything is painted in, except for the stairs and the railings. That's it. Look at all of this shit. These are painted in textures. When I see the inside of this house, this is like a night and day difference. Look at the insides of this house. This has geometry. This is nicely done. Okay, this is how the whole freaking game should have been. So yeah, I will give them props on this. I will give Nintendo props on this. They did right over here. This is good. The textures are good. Everything else is good. The textures are not too much. Okay, everything else is good over here. It has a kind of like a misty atmosphere. Okay, like a thick kind of like smoke. Yeah, look at this. This is all so nicely done. If only they did the same thing in the exterior, in the overworld, it would have been so much freaking better. Yeah, look at this. Look at the windows. Look at the curtains. The windows are modeled in. They are not painted. They are modeled. That is something. Huh? How did that happen? Look at the sofa. The sofa is modeled in. It is not painted. Oh, the chair is modeled in. These kind of like square frames, they are modeled in. This whole kind of like thing is modeled in. This menu card, this book, this bell or pen stand or whatever the fuck this is modeled in. The plants look good. The textures don't look wonky. Even this door is like freaking modeled in. So what just happened? Did we just, I don't know, time travel or something? Yes, there needs to be a lot of freaking props on the table, because this is a freaking empty table. Even if it's like a reception table, there needs to be a lot of freaking prop over here. But still, everything else is fine. So this looks fine naturally, because everything else, every other prop over here is like balancing this empty space out. So this is gonna look fine naturally. Look at all of these paintings, so beautiful. This looks so freaking beautiful. Why can't Nintendo do it? Why can't they do the same thing in the overworld? Yeah, look at that. It is modeled in. The elevator is modeled in. It is so freaking good. Look at this. Look at the floor. It's so good. The textures are not blurry over here. So what just freaking happened? Look at these dents over here, these imperfections, okay? These imperfections are gonna be there in in the real world, all right? So look at all of this imperfections, and then look at this darker kind of like shade, okay, as if the wall has been darkened due to wear and tear and shit, okay? So these are the imperfections that need to be there. This looks good. This looks like a real thing. Yes, the lightings are a bit off, but still this interior is like 100 times better than the exterior. Oh my god, look at this room. This is so freaking nicely done. Everything is like the props are good. Everything is good. Everything looks so flat. Look at the buildings and shit over there. They look so freaking dull and they look so freaking flat. Everything is like freaking gray, like a single freaking tone of gray. Okay, even if it's like nighttime, it's still freaking gray. Like this is like a 50% or like even 60-70% gray. Nighttime is never like this. Nighttime is never this bright. This is the nighttime. Look at this. This is the nighttime in Paris. And this is with the moonlight. The trees in the background. Oh my god. The trees. I love Pokemon trees. Yeah. I freaking love Pokemon trees. Yeah, this is the only rooftop exterior part of the whole entire game that has been modeled correctly. Their whole freaking budget went into the interiors, and the story elements. That's it. Everything else they just I don't know, skipped. They just I don't know, threw everything out of the Jesus Christ. Like look at this, look at these blurry textures over here. Oh my god. And apparently the whole freaking city is a whole freaking model. One 3D model for the whole freaking city, and it is rendered completely when you enter the game. Okay, I like her expressions and the animation and the sitting pose that she is in. It looks very relaxed and stuff. So this is like a totally upgrade from the previous generation. So yeah, I will give them props to that. Oh, look at this. This is another time we see the screen, but it has just white freaking wallpaper. That's it. We do not bother with the screens. They could have put this entire thing onto the screen. Okay, they don't even have to design the whole thing. This entire ZA kind of like screen onto the small Rotom screen, but they did not do that. At least the grass is flowing. At least they added the grass animations. Hey, a round of applause for Nintendo and Game Freak. I'm not even gonna freaking talk about the textures anymore. These are freaking bad textures. Too much detail, too much visual noise, to be honest. I'm not even gonna talk about the textures, because I already kind of like talked about it in my previous freaking video. If you haven't watched that video, please go on my channel and like watch fixing Pokemon graphics video. Rooftops, empty as fuck. Empty rooftops. Look at the streets over here. They are freaking empty. Okay, let's search for France streets. Okay, Paris streets. Yeah, look at this. The streets are empty. Okay, even over here on the footpath is empty, but there is a lot of freaking railings over here. Okay, if they would just add some railings over here, it would look so much full. It will look so much freaking full. Okay, now I wanna showcase a game which came out recently, and that's Pokemon's rival, Digimon. Charlie played it. He absolutely freaking loved it. And in this scene, you can see there is a lot of freaking geometry. Every freaking where. There is a lot of geometry everywhere. Look at this. Oh, look at this. It has so much stuff going on in the environment. There are a lot of models. Okay, all of the shops are open and the shops are like varied. None of the shops are same over here. Yeah, this looks like an actual freaking city. Look at all of these props. Look at all of these props over here. Like these boxes, these triangle kind of like cones and shit. Look at the board over here. Look at these poles. And look at all of the geometry and the shapes that are like protruding out. This is how you're supposed to create a world. Even if you cannot enter a shop, it still looks believable. It still doesn't look flat as fuck. And now look at this. How do you live with yourself, Game Freak? Huh? How do you do this? How do you create this shit? So instead of creating an interior for a Pokemon center, what they did was create an external Pokemon center so that they do not have to put so much stuff into the interior, so that they do not have to model the interior. Every freaking Pokemon game up until now has a interior Pokemon center, except for maybe Scarlet and Violet, because that is a very different kind of like region, but I can understand this. But even X and Y, the Lumiose City had a interior Pokemon center. So why change that over here? Because they did not want it to create an interior for the Pokemon Center. They are so freaking lazy. Also, there is no Chansey. Where is the freaking Chansey? Huh? You have so much room besides Nurse Joy. You can just put in a freaking Chansey. And why are there so little kind of like medicines at the back of her? This should be stocked to the brim. Also, there needs to be a door for the operation theater. Where is the door? How do you do this, Nintendo? You know, in X and Y, okay, in X and Y, in the game Pokemon X and Pokemon Y, in Lumiose City, you can enter a lot of freaking buildings, okay, even useless buildings, even like stranger homes and shit. You cannot enter any freaking building other than the buildings that are required for the freaking story in this game. You can't do that in this game. It's just a free roam area. That's what this is. Look at how empty this looks. How bad this looks. This is not a 2025 game. This is a freaking 2003 or 2005 or at most 2010 game. This game should have come out in the 2000s. Okay, I want to show one more game. All right, so hold on. The Ananta game that came out. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this game. This is how a Pokemon game should look like, except for the swinging. But look at the environment over here. Yeah, look at all of these textures. They are so freaking crisp and clear. And when you zoom in on the Pokemon textures, they are so freaking blurry. Look at our textures. Even the textures on the NPC, they are so freaking crisp. Even when zoomed in. Yeah, look at all of these props over here. They make the game freaking lively. All of this geometry that is over here, okay, that makes the game freaking lively. This railing, this grill, okay, this protrusion over here, I don't know what that is called as, but that makes the game lively. Oh, this is good. This is good. Yeah, look at this.
I assumed it was going to be. After almost a year of silence, it returned.
Look at all of the details over here.
With some new extended gameplay trailers.
And now compare this to Pokemon. Holy freaking shit! Look at all of this detail and geometry. Imagine Pokemon, but like this. Like this is your characters, this is your rival, and these are the NPCs, and there are like Pokemon over here, like walking and like playing and shit. Oh my god. That would be so freaking cool. Only if freaking Nintendo did that. Only if Nintendo did something like this. That would be so freaking cool. But no, we fans cannot have good things. Or we fans cannot have good things in life. The story, first and foremost, is really freaking bad. Okay, everything about the story is bad. You just go from rank Z to rank A, okay, battling different trainers and shit. All right, then catching different Pokemon and shit. So in the morning you just catch Pokemon. At night you just battle a lot of freaking trainers, and then battle the boss freaking trainer who holds that freaking rank, and then you just repeat that until you reach freaking rank A. And after that the story freaking, I don't know, ends in a big kind of like Pokemon boss battle kind of like thing. That's it. There is probably no Team Rocket or no kind of like evil team in the story. So the story is like god awful freaking bad. Gameplay, I like the Pokemon battling mechanic. That is like very similar to anime stuff, and that is, I think, very interesting. That is a cool mechanic. Okay, that can be improved on. I do not know how, but that can be definitely improved on. So that is good. Boss battle, not good, not as good. They kind of like get boring pretty fast, pretty quickly. Okay, there needs to be freaking voice acting. Okay, without voice acting, it's not gonna happen. This just feels freaking weird. No voice acting, nothing. That is freaking bad. Nintendo needs to fix that shit. Character designs, very awesome character design, very awesome Pokemon designs. I absolutely love them. They did a great job at the animations, the expressions, the character designs, and everything. Okay, animations are not like too good, like not on like really freaking good level of animation, but it's still better than the previous ones. So I will give them props to that. Character designs and shit, it's like 100%. I absolutely love the character designs and stuff. Okay, I have loved like every freaking Pokemon character design. So yeah, I love that. I have never disliked the character designs, even if even if some of the Pokemon designs are silly. So not every Pokemon has to be cool or awesome. Okay, so some of them have to be like derpy and shit. Okay, so I absolutely love the character designs. Music is fine. Music is good as well. Okay, I love the music, even if they have kind of like used some reused kind of like tracks. So yeah, I still like the music. The interiors, yes, interiors of the buildings and the story elements, like the story exteriors and stuff, or story backgrounds and stuff, they are modeled very nicely. So yeah, I will give them props to that as well. Interiors, wherever they are like present, they are modeled correctly and they look nice. Not on par with this. These are some crazy props and backgrounds. Not on par with this, not at all. But still, look at this interior. It's still better than the rest of the freaking game. The textures are nice. Everything in the interior department is like nice. These are the only good things. Okay, that's it. That is the only freaking good things. Rest is all freaking shit. Number 1. Now the list begins. The whole freaking world is freaking empty. Okay, there are no freaking props over here. There is like absolutely nothing in the whole world. It's an empty freaking void. That's it. No freaking props. This is not how France is supposed to be. This is how France is supposed to be. Number 2, there are no freaking NPCs. There are no people over here in the alleyways. Like nobody lives over here. Number 3, everything is freaking painted on. There is no geometry in this world. It's all freaking cubes. It's all freaking made up of cubes. All of the windows, they look the same. Everything looks the freaking same. And look at these blurry textures. Number 5, that is number 5. Blurry texture, blurry as fuck textures. When zoomed in and when zoomed out. Number 6, too much texture noise. Okay, too much noise in the textures. Okay, there are textures every freaking where. Too much texturing. The only texture that you need to see is like when you are like close up. You don't need to see the other textures. There is like too much texturing. Number 7, most important thing. This should be number 0 actually. No lighting and no shadows. Everything is flat. Yeah, look at this. This is the old kind of like French architecture, and this is when kind of like the sun is shining in the afternoon, okay, or in the morning. All right, and this is how it is supposed to look. This is how it needs to look in this game. No sense of lighting whatsoever. This game is a freaking artistic failure. Art wise, it's a freaking failure. Even I think game wise as well. It's really bad. And this is coming from a multi-million-dollar company. So where does that all money go to? Huh? If not in the game, where does that all money go to? And to top it all off, this game is just taking place in a freaking whole city. The whole freaking city is the whole freaking game. Okay, they could have done it so wonderfully. I will show you. Hold on, I will show you a game which is like super good. Okay, this is an example of a super good game, of a super good environment. All right, look at all of the environmental props and shit. This is how Pokemon was supposed to be. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at this game. Yeah, look at all of the things over here.
Jensen, now's actually a really good time for me, like right now.
Something wrong?
There are some guys in my bookshop.
Look at all of the textures and all of the props over here in the environment. This game, Deus Ex Mankind Divided, came out in 2016, and the whole freaking game takes place in like one city. Okay, and now look at this. Look at the difference. The artistic style is like different, but the technology is not different. Technology is the same. This thing needs 3D models, as well as this thing needs 3D models. This thing needs textures. Same goes over here as well. It's just the art style that is like different. It's just the colors that are different. Yeah, look at this. This world is freaking chock full of stuff. Everywhere you see, there are freaking props. This world is freaking beautifully designed. Forget about this. Look at this.
Where you play through a story and take going to be a familiar feeling
Look at this.
party-based RPG, where you play through a story and take part in various side activities in an urban.
This basketball court, it looks so freaking real, so freaking good, because it is modeled good. It is the lighting is good. Where is the shadow over here? Where are the tree shadows, Nintendo? Huh? Where are the shadows of the trees? Where's the shadow of the freaking character? Huh? Where's the shadows of the character? Why are they so freaking blurry? It is not the switches technologically technological incompetence. It is your freaking incompetence, Game Freak. It is not because Switch is like technologically behind. Forget about this game. I will show you Genshin Impact. I will show you the Genshin Impact gameplay. Jesus. Look at this. This looks so freaking beautiful. And now look at your game. It looks so freaking dirty. Look at this, is a freaking night and day difference. Look at the night time over here. And look at the character shadow. Look at the grass. Everything.
No escape zone.
And this game came out in, I don't know when this game came out. September 2020. Jesus, I don't understand how can a freaking someone put this in like 2025 and then charge it $70 freaking for this. This is a $70 freaking game. DLC is $30, so that's $100 over there. Then Nintendo Switch is like $450. That's $550 in total. And then there is like Switch Online, which is required for some mega evolutions to unlock. That is another $20 or $30. So yeah, this is where the world is going right now. Complete freaking emptiness. That's it. No freaking brains whatsoever. No freaking creativity whatsoever. No freaking effort whatsoever, because they can just freaking get away with this. The only people, like every freaking reviewer on YouTube is like talking about this, is like not happy about this. Everyone is like trashing this game. The only people who are defending it are the Pokemon fanboys and the fangirls. Those who get paid for this. by Nintendo and Pokemon Company. I'm not hating on this game. I don't like to hate on this game. I don't want to hate on this game. I want this to improve. This is my favorite franchise. I grew up with this. In an artistic point of view, this game is a freaking flop. This game is a disappointment, a failure. This is not even any art style or nothing. This is nothing, absolutely nothing. Zero. Alright, that's about it. I'm not gonna rant anymore on this. That's about it for the stream. Thank you for freaking joining in and listening to my bullshit. I really freaking wanted to rant about Pokemon because I'm so freaking frustrated, so freaking angry on like Game Freak and Nintendo. Like they're so freaking incompetent and lazy. Like they put out freaking trash like this. Okay, it's freaking trash. It's freaking atrocious. I don't know, man. It's freaking empty. There is nothing over here in this game. That's it. And this is not even worth $10. Not even worth $20. Sorry. And people, even if it was like free, people wouldn't play this shit, in my opinion. Anyways, that's about it. Goodbye. See ya.